Okay, so you're 18 years old and you've just finished 12 years of school, more or less. That's 2/3 of your life already. Now, what's next?
Ooh, I know, partying and getting drunk every night, then trying to get hitched with the girl you just met, only to find out you're already married and don't remember it.
This isn't about your life.
Dumbass, it's not about me. I never graduated.
I was actually referring to university.
Well, you then.
So here's why going to university is pretty much useless, and why you should do it anyway. I know a thing or two about this. I have a pretty good academic background, culminating in a master's degree from Imperial College London.
Show off.
The point I'm trying to make is that even after getting a great degree, I still needed to go through training to work in my field. Not to mention that the guy teaching something related to my field of work was using outdated methodology. Thing is, high-tech is not taught in universities. It might get researched there, but not taught, because having a technical advantage over your competition could be the difference between global domination and bankruptcy. Don't you think global domination is a bit much? You can choose not to believe that we're ruled by reptilian overlords on our flat Earth. I choose the truth. Whatever. But you're still not making a good case for getting a degree. I'm getting there. You see, most of the knowledge from universities can be found on the internet for free. Not to mention public libraries where you can find anything that you need. For f***'s sake, a 14-year-old kid taught himself how and then built a fusion reactor in his parents' garage. That's sounding pretty bad for universities, right? But there's a catch. Taylor Wilson, the kid who built the fusion reactor, and all of the other billionaire college dropouts that you know of, were in fact too cool for school.
Too cool?
I meant smart. They were too smart for school. Way to ruin the rhyme. So chances are you actually need that degree.
What?
Well, it's no secret that you can learn most of what you'll need by yourself. Who the f is actually going to do that? Even more, who's going to hire you based on your pinky swear that you know what you need to? Sure, most people coming out of universities are not ready to work independently, but a university degree should give you the foundation on which to build upon to actually get good at your job. Now, I am the first person that's going to tell you that practical experience on the job is worth more than the same amount of time spent at university. But, and that's a big but, that only applies if the practical experience is actually quality experience. Now, there's a saying in programming, garbage in, garbage out.
What the f***?
Well, if you have bad data going into a system, do you really expect to get good data out? So if you're learning on the job from a bad programmer, chances are you're going to become a bad programmer. Universities at least take care of the garbage in part. Now, since a third of the people watching my shit are 18 to 24 years old, I may as well impart some of my stick wisdom. The most important thing is, don't overspend on your degree. Your degree will matter for your first job most of the time. After working in a field for a few years, nobody's gonna give a f*** anymore about where you got your degree from. All they'll care about is if you can do a good job or not. Sure, having a degree from a prestigious university is nice, but you're still going to start off as a junior, so you'll have to ask yourself, is selling a few organs to pay your tuition fees really worth it? A fancy degree will most likely get your ass in the interview rooms of better companies, but getting the job depends on how good you actually are. This is where you should crunch the numbers to figure out whether going to a private versus public institution makes sense for you. Are the extra costs of tuition really worth the potential higher initial salary? Big emphasis on initial. Because once you start climbing the corporate ladder, your salary will depend more on what you can do rather than where you learned how to do it. The second really important thing is to get good grades. And I know, on the surface, grades count for shit. I've interviewed students with great grades that couldn't solve a basic problem, and students with bad grades that performed excellently. But good grades are going to get your ass in the interview room in the first place. Not to mention that the whole process of getting them will prepare you for your professional life more than you know. I know it's boring to work for good grades. I've done it. But you know what? Most of the time your work will also be boring, so the more you're used to it, the better adapted you're going to be for the rest of your professional life.
That's sad.
And true, but if you have a better solution to the classic 9 to 5, I would love to hear it in comments below. And if you like this video, just give it a thumbs down. YouTube doesn't give a fuck, but I do, and I'll show it in the title. And if you send your CV to the subscribe button, it will call you for an in-person interview. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this, or you've just been ironically watching my shit, why not try some of my other videos? If someone watches them, I'll keep making them.